Hey everyone, today we're going to look at the ultimate chicken brooder, and I'll show you why in a minute. There's a lot of design factors that we took into consideration, including some simple automation to make this whole system work as well as it can. So stay tuned and we'll go through some of those, some of the things that we did to try and make this system the best, easiest, least expensive system you could use in your homestead. So here's our chicken brooder. We made this thing entirely from scraps from the homestead here at Love Farm. You can see in there we've got 2 windows. We use this intentionally to give the chicks enough light and to get them used to the circadian rhythm of day and night, so they go to sleep at night. They're up during the day. The shape of this is actually from the back end to the front is 8, and from the corner to there is 4. This will actually fit on a trailer. So if we wanted to take the chicks to be tractored on another piece of land somewhere down the road, we could actually put this chicken brooder on a trailer, and it's built sturdy enough to be able to withstand that. So we can put it on a trailer, take it to another piece of property, and take the chicks out directly into a tractor. And our tractor looks like that. It's a 12 by 10 square that gives them plenty of room to roam. So this brooder allows us to fairly comfortably raise 40 Cornish cross to 2 or 3 weeks. Last time we did it to 3 weeks. I'm hoping to get them out on pasture just a little bit before then, but we'll see how it goes this time. Some other thoughts in design, other than the size and things, is we actually used a flat roof. So you can see the roof here is totally flat. And I did that because we figure we'll never put it on a totally level surface. So no matter where we put this thing, we're hoping that the water will run off one way or the other. So it was actually intentional to do a flat roof. That also makes things a lot easier, not having to cut at angles and things. So it made the construction much more simple. We've also made this brooder incredibly easy to access. You can see we have the sliding window here. I'm going to shut that so they don't jump out. But this whole thing is an old storm door from the house. It was a double storm door. And so this actually folds all the way up. I'll see if I can get a little bit of a shot of that here. This whole thing folds up, and we've got a board that we can put under that holds it there. And we've also got latches so that the chicks don't get out and so that critters can't get in there. The other thing that we've done is inside, you can see we're using wood shavings. We can also use wood chips, as long as the wood chips aren't too wet and aren't going to create humidity issues in there. We've used wood chips in the past, and those are free. And we've got piles of wood chips. So those work quite well as well. And even really little chicks, you'll hear some people say that they can't function on wood chips, can't walk around, and that's really not true. 1-day-old chicks do just fine on wood chips, and they actually really enjoy it. Under these wood chips, I took scrap linoleum, so a chunk of very inexpensive linoleum from Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever. We put that down on the floor to make sure that the high nitrogen levels and the wetness from the water and things don't create rot issues on the floor. It also makes it really easy to scoop out with a flat shovel, so we can go in there and scoop out those chips pretty easily, put in new ones and spread them around. Another small thing that we did is once the chicks are big enough, you can get their water up off the floor. That keeps them from throwing wood chips into it. It keeps them from knocking as much of the water onto the floor and getting things all soaked and nasty. So suspending it by a few inches really helps a lot for both of those things with the water. And we may do that for the food as well, because you can see they kick a lot of wood chips into the food. But the water gets especially bad and nasty if it stays on the floor. They'll step in it, they'll poop in it, and they'll get things all wet and stinky. The last thing that I wanted to mention on this system is our automation. You can see a box fan on the window there, and our heat lamp right there. This is our automation system for the chick brooder. You can see right now inside the brooder it's 73 degrees, and at 80 degrees we have it set to turn off the heat lamp, and then we have a differential set so that when it hits 85 it actually turns our fan on. So this is our heat lamp plug, this is our fan plug. Anything below 80 degrees the heat lamp turns on and stays on until it hits above 80 degrees, at which point this outlet or receptacle turns off. And then at 5 degrees above that, so at 85, we have this receptacle turn on. That way, if it gets too hot in here, the fan's running and they have air moving through, and it should cool things off for them and keep it regulated appropriately. And then of course, as the temperature drops back down, we have this plug turns off, and then when it hits low enough below 80, this one turns back on. And that box fan is then, it actually blows air out, not in, and it circulates. You can see there's some gaps in the roof, and we did that up high so we can't get snakes and things in, but that will pull air in from those spots along the roof, and then it'll pull through the container or through the brooder and out through that window through the fan. That way, if we get real hot days, you know, if the sun's beating on this, which we have it in the shade, so that's not often, but if the sun's beating on it, it just gets too hot in there, that fan automatically turns on without us having to think about it. The heat lamp automatically turns off without us having to do anything with it. We still come out and check because automated systems can fail, but it gives us a kind of a leg up to make sure that these guys are doing well, even if we miss it. Well, that is about it for the video with our ultimate chicken brooder. If you liked it, or if you have questions about it, leave comments for us. We're happy to respond and reply and talk with you. We'd love to hear from you.